Markets solve problems by coordinating people who do not know each other. Under the surface, buyers, sellers, workers, suppliers, and investors respond to prices, profits, losses, and shortages without one central person planning every movement. A realistic case is a farmer, truck driver, grocery store, and shopper all reacting to demand for tomatoes. So the useful takeaway is that markets are coordination systems before they are places to make money. The first problem markets solve is information. The practical engine is simple. No single buyer knows every farm harvest, factory capacity, shipping delay, or consumer preference. Prices compress scattered information into signals. One ordinary version is rising coffee prices telling cafes, importers, and consumers that something in the supply chain has tightened. The result is that a price can carry news faster than a long report. The second problem is incentives. Mechanically, when people are rewarded for solving a shortage or serving demand, they search for ways to produce, deliver, or substitute. Think of a neighborhood with no late-night food attracting a small restaurant that stays open after others close. That is why profit can pull effort toward unmet needs. Markets also help allocate scarce goods. The process works because when demand is high and supply is limited, prices, waiting lists, auctions, or contracts decide who receives the item. Picture concert tickets going to fans willing to pay more or wait earlier, though fairness questions remain. The practical lesson is that market allocation solves a practical problem even when society debates whether the result is fair. Competition is one reason markets improve products. The hidden lever is that if buyers can switch, sellers must care about price, quality, convenience, and reputation. This shows up when two phone repair shops on the same street, where slow service at one sends customers to the other. The viewer should remember that the ability to leave creates pressure to serve better. Markets handle variety better than one-size-fits-all systems. The moving part is this. Different buyers want budget, luxury, speed, durability, design, or support, and sellers can specialize. You can see it when the same city supporting budget gyms, boutique yoga studios, home workout apps, and personal trainers. Once you see that, choice lets different needs find different solutions. Failure is part of market problem solving. What changes the outcome is that businesses that misread demand lose money, shrink, or close, freeing resources for better uses. For example, a shop stocking unpopular shoes and then discounting them while a competitor sells what people actually want. That small detail changes the decision because losses are painful, but they stop resources from staying trapped in unwanted products. Markets adapt when conditions change. In real life, a shortage, new technology, or shift in taste changes signals, and many participants adjust at once. A simple example is remote work increasing demand for home office chairs while reducing demand near office lunch spots. This matters because markets constantly redirect labor and capital toward changing habits. But markets do not solve every problem well. Under the surface, they struggle when costs or benefits fall on people outside the transaction. A realistic case is a factory selling cheap goods while nearby residents breathe polluted air they did not agree to buy. So the useful takeaway is that external costs require rules, taxes, standards, or negotiation beyond simple buying and selling. Markets can also undersupply public goods. The practical engine is simple. Some benefits are hard to charge for individually, so private sellers may not provide enough. One ordinary version is street lighting helping everyone on a road, including people who did not pay a specific lamp fee. The result is that public goods often need collective funding because exclusion is difficult. Trust is a hidden ingredient in every market. Mechanically, people trade more easily when they believe contracts, payments, warranties, reviews, and laws will work. Think of a customer ordering online because returns, ratings, and payment protection reduce fear. That is why markets become larger when trust lowers the risk of dealing with strangers. Market prices can be cruel during emergencies. The process works because when demand spikes suddenly, higher prices may attract supply and reduce hoarding, but they can also block people with low income. Picture bottled water after a storm becoming expensive exactly when families need it most. The practical lesson is that emergency markets reveal a tension between efficiency and access. Regulation changes how markets solve problems. The hidden lever is that rules can prevent fraud, improve safety, limit pollution, or protect consumers, but badly designed rules can also slow supply. This shows up when building codes making apartments safer while excessive approval delays reduce housing availability. The viewer should remember that the question is not market or rule, but which rule improves the outcome without blocking useful activity. Entrepreneurs use markets as feedback machines. The moving part is this: sales, complaints, repeat purchases, refunds, and referrals show whether a solution actually fits a problem. You can see it when a software founder changing a feature after users keep abandoning the same sign-up step. Once you see that, customer behavior can reveal truth faster than the founder's opinion. Markets solve discovery problems through trial and error. What changes the outcome is that nobody knows in advance which restaurant, app, course, design, or service people will love. For example, 3 cafes opening with different menus, and only the one with the right price and taste survives. That small detail changes the decision because experimentation lets society test many ideas at once. Market solutions can create inequality when starting points differ. In real life, people with more money, information, location advantage, or connections can benefit faster from the same system. A simple example is investors buying homes before local families can save enough for deposits. This matters because market outcomes may be efficient in some ways while still raising fairness concerns. The simplest way to understand markets is as a conversation made of actions. Under the surface, buyers speak by purchasing or walking away, sellers speak by producing or changing prices, and competitors answer by improving or copying. A realistic case is a popular lunch stall causing nearby stalls to change menus, prices, or service speed. So the useful takeaway is that markets solve problems through millions of small responses rather than one script. Markets are powerful because they coordinate information, incentives, choice, and adaptation. The practical engine is simple. They are not perfect, moral, or automatic solutions to every human need. One ordinary version is healthcare, pollution, housing, and education all show places where market forces need design and boundaries. The result is that understanding markets means seeing both their problem-solving power and their limits. Markets solve problems best when many people have small pieces of information that no planner can fully collect. A farmer knows the condition of the harvest. A shopkeeper knows what customers keep asking for. A delivery company knows which routes are slow. Prices and buying behavior turn these scattered signals into action without everyone needing a meeting. Imagine umbrellas suddenly sell out during a rainy week. The higher demand tells stores to order more, suppliers to ship faster, and maybe manufacturers to increase production. Nobody has to announce, "A society needs more umbrellas." The market signal travels through orders, prices, empty shelves, and profit opportunities. That is coordination through behavior. But markets do not solve every problem automatically. They can ignore costs that are pushed onto others, like pollution from a factory, or undersupply things that are useful but hard to charge for, like public parks. This is why market solutions often need rules, property rights, safety standards, or public goods alongside private buying and selling. So the strongest way to understand markets is not to worship them or blame them for everything. A market is a coordination system. It uses prices, profit, loss, and choice to move resources toward demand. It works well when signals are honest and costs are counted. It breaks down when important costs stay hidden or when people cannot choose freely.